What's up guys, Shane Stars with Droid Modder X, and today I have the privilege of unboxing the HTC One M9 for you guys. I've been waiting for this. It was on back order. HTC sent out several emails. First of all, confirming that it was on back order. This is the Unlocked Developer Edition. So it is not the carrier unlocked version, but the actual developer unlocked version, meaning that the bootloader comes unlocked, which is pretty awesome if you're into ROMing or rooting or any of that hacking stuff. Anyways, they sent out the email saying that it was on back order and they were sorry it would be a few days. And then finally, I did receive the email a couple of days ago that it had shipped with another apology. And then a final apology on the day that it arrived with some discounts for accessories, which you cannot order because they're already sold out. But that's beside the point. Today, we're here to unbox the One M9. This is pretty exciting. Let's go ahead and get started. We will remove the plastic from the packaging. This is the 32 gigabyte Developer Edition, which means that the bootloader comes unlocked from the factory, which is always nice. We don't have to go to the dev site and unlock it ourselves. Okay, on the back side of the box here, it says that we're running Android with HTC Sense. That would be Android Lollipop with HTC Sense 7. It's a Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 octa-core 64-bit processor, so that should be blazingly fast. Of course, several weeks ago there were some reports that it was overheating, the 810. So they did have to throttle it a little bit. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm sure it's still an awesome, excellent processor. SIM card type nano SIM memory. Internal memory is 32 gigabytes on this version. RAM is 3 gigabytes. But there's also an extended micro SD card slot, which is a huge plus because we can actually extend this up to an extra 128 gigabytes. So that's one thing that's not included in the Galaxy S6. There's no micro card slot on the S6, but we do have it here on the One M9. The display is a 5-inch Full HD 1080p display, 1080p display. It's not a Quad HD display, so no 2K here, but the pixel density is still pretty high, 441 pixels per inch, meaning that your eye probably won't be able to tell the difference. Maybe if you get the phone really close to your face, but 1080p is still really awesome on this particular device, being at 5 inches. Okay, and then one of the best features of the M9 is the boom sound speakers. Camera is 20 megapixel. There's some mixed reviews on the camera itself, and we'll get to that a little later. 4K video recording. Front camera is the ultra pixel, so the 4 megapixel or their ultra pixel BSI sensor front facing camera. Another thing of mention that's noteworthy about the camera on the M9 is no optical image stabilization. So that means when you're trying to capture a photo very quickly, you're not going to be able to catch that without a little bit of blur, more than likely, because there's no optical image stabilization or image stabilization of any kind here. And of course you have all your connectivity. So we'll go ahead and flip it over. Of course, we should mention that this has uh-oh protection included, meaning that in the first year, if you break your phone, they will replace it. And then if you don't break it within the first year, whenever you do get ready to replace the phone, they will give you credit towards that next phone. So it kind of says that here, free phone within the first 12 months, or they will give you $100 towards the purchase of your next HTC One. So we'll go ahead and take this out of the box. And this is the gunmetal gray. We'll take the sleeve off. It's always my favorite part of the unboxing is taking off the sleeve, and I just have to say that this metal body feels awesome in the hands. You guys can see that nice shiny gunmetal gray back, nice and dark. You guys can see that 20 megapixel camera there with the dual LED flash, and the button layout here is different. You guys can see the power button here and then a couple of volume rockers right here, so that might be confusing to me. The power button is really low here, so I feel like I'll probably be pressing the volume down trying to turn on the phone, but I'm sure there's some kind of mod where I can activate these as power buttons. And then we have no power button up top. You guys know on the One M8 power buttons there on the top, which is very difficult to get to. I do like that it's on the side. I just kind of wish that maybe the volume buttons were on the left side of the phone and this was maybe where the volume down is. You guys can see the boom sound speakers on either side, and then from side to side there's basically no bezel. This is pretty much a bezel-less phone, as you guys can see there. No bezel other than the top and bottom where the speakers reside. If we turn it to the bottom here, you guys can see there is a USB jack, a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. This is a great place for a headphone jack because when you slide your phone, I normally slide it, you know, top down, which means that I can plug my headphones in to what would then be the top of the device, which is the bottom of the device. And then you guys can see we've got our IR blaster on the top. So we'll go ahead and power this up and take a look at the software. Once again, a very premium feeling device. And if it has nothing else going for it, it has that. So we've got Gorilla Glass 4, which should be pretty well shatterproof. And then we have that gunmetal gray metal back, which just gives it that premium feel. So there's HTC One, powered by Android. And we'll kind of set that to the side while it boots up, and we'll look and see what else is in the rest of the box. This is an unboxing. There is a SIM card remover, all kinds of reading material, get start guides, warranty information, a nice HTC sticker. We've got some nice headphones. The HTC headphones are pretty awesome, and I use them quite regularly, so I'll definitely enjoy those. We have a USB cord, and we have a charging brick. Now, this is also, just like the Galaxy S6, this is supposed to have fast charging. So with the HTC One M9, we're actually supposed to get a 60% battery charge in the first 30 minutes, which is pretty cool, pretty awesome. Gonna definitely have to test that out. But for now, we'll set the box to the side and we'll take a look at the actual software of the device. Okay, so as far as first impressions go, I do have to say that I'm glad that this does come with the expandable SD card slot, that I'm not tied down to 32 gigabytes, and I will also have to say that the battery, while it is not removable, is actually a decent sized battery at 2,850 milliamp hours. It's about 300 milliamp hours more than the Galaxy S6, and it should be enough to get you through the day. That paired with the fact that it does have fast charging, you should be able to, if you can't get through the end of the day, you should be able to get a quick charge and move forward throughout your day. So this is Sense 7, and you guys can see it seems to be even a little more toned down than Sense 6, and you guys can see that we're able to fly through the home screens. It does include Blink Feed, which just kind of connects you to your social media networks and provides you with all the news that you were interested in, and puts it in one nice and easy location. We'll go ahead and launch the app drawer. So we pull down our notification toggles. We do have some lollipop style toggles here. We have a flashlight toggle here. We have a hotspot toggle, which is very nice that it's included in the toggles. And there's several other toggles here that are pretty much standard. And then you can also access your settings directly from the pull down. You guys can also see that you have your lollipop style notifications. Okay, so we do have the themes application. This themes application seems to be a little bit more in depth than the themes application that comes with the Galaxy S6. I'm going to do a full review of both theme engines, comparing them side by side. Okay, so you guys can see the themes that are included here, and it's just more in depth than the theming that the HTC One M8 had, which would just kind of change the color scheme a little bit. But this actually changes icons, it changes status bars, it changes really everything about your phone. It's a real in-depth theme for your phone's user interface, which can really make it feel like an all-new device. So there's also a place where you can go and download wallpapers, and there's just all kinds of really cool stuff. And this is really the kind of stuff that you used to have to be rooted with a ROM to have, and now OEMs are incorporating them into the software of their phones, which is pretty awesome and pretty cool. You guys can see the HTC Recents app. And we'll open up the app drawer once again here. You have Zoe for the camera application, and you have Facebook and Twitter pre-installed. Chrome is pre-installed. We've got some media apps that are pre-installed, including CloudX and FM radio. You have your pre-installed Google applications. You have some pre-installed tools, including a weather application, a voice recorder, HTC Backup, and HTC View. So this new HTC View in Sense 7 is pretty amazing. It even has the ability to play games from your View case. I'm hoping to get my hands on one of those and review that later. You want to be sure that you're subscribed for that. There's some productivity applications, including a file manager, a little scribble tab, the Polaris Office 5, and Skype, all pre-included. There's the HTC Help button there. And if we scroll down, you have a usage manager, HTC Print Studio, News and Weather, Pill Smart Remote, of course YouTube, and emergency alerts. So overall, First impressions, this is a really well-built device. The design of the device is excellent as far as the way it looks and feels. And since 7 is one of my favorite OEM skins, I really do like the new version of TouchWiz on the Galaxy S6. It's much more toned down, but since has to be my favorite between the two. One of the main reasons that I bought this phone is that it is already unlocked as a developer edition. I'll be able to ROM this phone and root it, hack it, do whatever I want with it, and so that is also a plus when buying HTC products. Anyways guys, that about wraps it up for this video. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel for more content like this in the future. You can find more of me at droidmodderx.com. Follow me on Twitter at droidmodderx. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.